happening, everyone? Welcome back to Perfect Form Forever, where we talk anime, manga, and everything in between. What's up, everyone? Haven't made a video in a while, honestly, because I didn't feel like it. Now I'm here. Let's talk about it. One Piece card game, all right? Let's talk about the One Piece card game. So, as some of you might know or might not know, I didn't really announce it or anything. I went to the regionals in Arlington, Texas about a week ago, 2 weeks ago, maybe, whatever. I'll tell you about my experience there. And after that, let's get into some of the topics that's come up after these regional weekends when it comes to cheating and things of that nature, all right? So let's get into it. First, let's go off into the regionals, how I did, how it went, and all that good stuff. So that Saturday, I don't know, for some reason I got there late. I live like maybe like 30, 40 minutes away from the place it was being held at, and I got there on time, I should say. So got there on time, able to check in. So when I got there, it was maybe 10 minutes before I was supposed to start, but the event did start late, which honestly I had no problem with, because I guess my main thing going there was trading the cards that I wanted, and that was it. Another great experience at a tournament scene. A lot of people there. I think it was like maybe 10, 24 people there. And I think it went off without a hitch. No repairings that I know. I think there was one, but it was like the repairing happened before the actual match started, but whatever. But yeah, I think the event went off without a hitch. No complaints. It did start late, but that was to my benefit personally, because I was looking for people to trade with. I was able to trade the cards that I wanted to trade and get the cards that I wanted to get. So all in all, the event went well. As far as how I played, I'm starting to get an understanding that the longer I play within a day, the worse I get, right? So I'm playing Yamato, and one thing I always forget in person that I come to realize that I always forget to play her ability, which is attach to Dawn, to rested Dawn to one of your characters when the opponent's at 3, right? For some reason, I forget. I keep forgetting to do that, and at this event, I made it a priority to remember, right? So my first match was with. Oh, actually, I wrote the notes down. So my thing was, if I get 4 losses, I'm bouncing. That was my rule, because I know I couldn't stay there all day. Regionals, boom. So 4 losses, I bounce. So round 1, I went against Gecko, right? And that one was to the wire. Like, that one was like to the last. He had no life left. I had no life left, and whoever had the hit wins. So that was all good, right? So I was kind of upset with that. The only reason I was upset with all my matches is that when I'm playtesting, I get the cards I need to combo, right? So I might get my Mihawk to get my Ryuma off, or get my Kikunojo off. I did not do that all weekend. Did not do that even once, right? So I don't really depend on my triggers, but none of my triggers were hitting. So it was like a weak hand and nothing, no support, whatever. So that is what it is, right? So I lost that one. All good. I tend to lose my first matches for some reason, so it is what it is. Next one, I went against Katakuri. And one thing is that I thought I was going to see a lot of Sakazukis there. Sakazuki and Gecko Mori. Those are the two I was really aiming for to beat. Those are the ones I kind of play tested against and had answers for, right? But it was a lot of Katakuris. A lot of Katakuris, and Gecko was second. I didn't see no Sakazuki. So went against Katakuri. I won that match. I mean, I really did well on that one. That one, things came together, not the way I wanted to, but the way he was playing, the way I was playing, I think I just had a better hand at that moment. So was able to get through that one. After that, I played a blue Luffy, which is the promo Luffy from I think Sealed or something like that. Yeah. So that one I never had trouble with, but blue is an annoying color to play for me because of the bouncing, bottom deck, and all that stuff. But I was able to win that one. That was a good match. And after that one, I went against this is round 4 now, Katakuri. That one I lost due to being 1K counter short. So that is what it is. And again, 1K counter short means it was a good match, good back and forth, but he just got the upper hand. All good. Next one was Gecko Moria. And this Gecko threw me off my game afterwards because my hand, like, again, mulligans for me. I mean, every time I do it, I get a worse hand. And my hand was just full of 2K counters. It was just, I mean, I could not see a good hand for the life of me. So I was just getting spanked on that one. Like, I have it on my notes that getting spanked because I was full of 2K counters. So after that one, then I went against another category, the 6th round, and my last loss. And that one is like, I'm forgetting plays and things like that. So I guess I was just out of it. Like, I was ready to go. But all in all, not complaining about it. To me, the event went flawlessly. Couldn't complain. The trading went well. Got to meet a lot of people through trading and things like that. And I'm always surprised that the cards I could trade away, because I always think some of my cards are just like duds, like I'm gonna have them forever. But I was able to let go almost all of them. I think, which one do I still have? I'm not sure, but everything, I was able to get all the cards I got. The cards I was able to get, let's see if I can remember off the top of my head, was the super pre-release winner Zoro, the special card Borsellino, Sugar. I was able to get that. I got the alternate art Shanks for Opio 6. I was able to get the regional Jet Pistol. Is it Jet Pistol, I think? Yeah, the Jet Pistol one. And those are the top ones. Those are the top ones I wanted to get. And I believe, I was able to get Rebecca from Opio 5, the alternate art Rebecca. So added to the collection, all that good stuff, right? All in all, great event. Sorry, I was reading that text. So that's all in all. And I have no, like, I'm really liking in-person events for the One Piece card game, especially the bigger ones. Smaller ones, I'm not too sure if I haven't done a small one in a while, but the bigger ones have been a lot of fun. And right now I prefer them over online regionals, just for the fact that I'm able to trade my cards, because I have a lot of cards to trade. So online regionals. Last time I did an online regional was, I was still in California. Yeah, I was still in California. I haven't done one here in Texas. So that's when, like, the first regionals, the first treasure cups and all that stuff, I was able to do it then. So I won't say set 1 and set 2. I was able to do online regionals then, but I haven't done since. But since then, it seems like, here comes the news portion, they're getting sketchier and sketchier, right? There's a lot more conversation about how these regionals need to be run and things like that. So let's get into that. Let's ponder what's going on. Let's talk about what's going on now, and let's try to see if there's any resolutions to this, right? So I forget which one it was, but if I have a clip, I'll show it right now.
Oh, no life.
Yeah, I counter the attack. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
A player, instead of showing their 2K counters, he dumped it in the trash, then counted it from there. Kind of a stupid move. So my thing about that play in general, when you could counter out a big swing, that's a flex. Like, you want them to say, look, all right, 2, 3, 5, like, and it's a flex. Like, if you get hit for 12, 13, 14, 15, and you're able to counter out of it, it's a flex. So, and to me, it's like, when I've done it, I've always like kind of, yeah, I got your answer. So it's kind of weird for me to see someone dump it in the trash, then count it over. It's like, no, you count it in front of them. Like, I'm new. When I've been doing this, I've always done that because it's fun to do it, right? So when he dumped it in the trash and trying to do his math after it, that's where a lot of people get upset. It's like, clearly cheating. And it seems like, as a player playing someone on an online regionals, you have to be hyper vigilant on cheating now. Like you have to record everything, and you have to like you have to repeatedly say how many cards. I mean, we all say how many cards in hand, but you got to be diligent in it. Like how many cards in hand, done. How many cards in hand, how many cards in hand. So it's like you have to understand what you're going to be doing and be proactive in what that other person's doing. Make sure everything. So you have to count their cards, count your cards, make sure you have your plays, make sure their plays are legit. So it's a lot more stressful for online regionals as it is now, online events as it is now. So people are upset. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot more rampant online than it is in person. And in person you call a judge, but online is like so many a little bit more hurdles. You gotta go judge. They have to come. You have to explain it. You have to have video evidence. So I'm not even sure how to do that because I know how to record my screen, but if you want to show it to the judge, you have to like stop the recording, cut it up, give it to them, prove it. Like a lot of time is being wasted, so it sucks. So a lot of people are divided on this, right? You have people saying like, not a lot of people cheat, blah 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 blah. But you have people like, no, people cheat, but it's like only a small majority are getting caught because again, you need video evidence. So what people are saying is like we need to get rid of online events, right? Get rid of online events and go into just strictly in person, right? Which I understand. Again, coming from the Bandai event in Los Angeles, extremes happen, right? Extremes happen, and where it depends on where you put the band-aid and how you fix the problem, right? So to me, I could talk both sides. Getting rid, like I don't like online events. I don't know if I'm doing another one. If I can, I will, but I'm not sure if my setup can even do it anymore because my computer is like dying on me, and I'm not trying to buy a new computer right now. So let's talk to this on the side of people saying get rid of it, right? I understand that you gotta take extreme measures because the cheater is gonna make people have another reason not to play the game, right? So the thing about that is, like, if you get rid of it, then that doesn't mean it automatically tips the scales to having more online events. It doesn't correlate, right? So if you get rid of that, you get rid of a large player base that can't travel anywhere, right? There's some people like I was fortunate enough to go to Los Angeles. I was fortunate enough to have regionals be here. Maybe every year there might be a regionals in Texas. There's another one in June that I'll be going to too. So I'm fortunate enough to live in a place where there's regionals. But if you live in a state like Utah, Idaho, Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? These other places, they don't have regionals, so they have to travel to either Texas, they have to Niagara, they have to go to where else? Florida, California. They have to do that, right? And I don't think any other. I'm not sure how other tournament operators vote to get them done, but I'm not sure they're letting more do it because it's been the same ones that's been doing the in-person regionals, which is PPG, Magna Carta, Core, and Pro TCG. I mean Play TCG. Those are the ones that've only been doing it. So I guess they could go only as far as they're comfortable doing or wherever getting the venues at. So and plus they want to go to a place where they know a lot of people will go to. So if you have a regional in Montana, it's like one, how many people are going to Montana? Phone. How many people are going to Montana and how many people in Montana are actually playing? So it's a tough call to do that, right? That means you'll have regionals in those hot spots all the time and people from those states need to go there. So that's why it's not doable to be like, you know what, we're going to X out online regionals. Online regionals makes the One Piece card game more accessible. So they're going to be here to stay. So not having it is not a good argument. You can't cut it. It's here to stay, and what we need to do is improve the experience of it. Now, how do you do that? Is you have to, unfortunately, so when I've done the online ones, one thing you have to deal with is people with crappy setups. I mean, I've seen it where like it seems like their phone is doing the recording, but it's it's right it's right in front of their board, so you don't see really anything. Just like a low version of their board instead of like a top down version. So there's a lot of people with bad setups, right? And it's not clear and things like that. So what needs to happen is just like in person events, you have to have there. You have to have a certain sleeve and this down there. I think in online events, you have to have a certain aesthetic when it comes to playing, right? So one, it has to be in a lit place. No matter what, it has to be lit, right? Unfortunately, that might take people out of it, but again, you have standards. You have to have a minimum standard. Has to be lit, right? Cards have to be visible. And one thing I would say, it has to be in the format the One Piece. Your cards have to be in the format the One Piece card game was supposed to be in, right? So the top row, you have your characters. Behind that, you have either your stage, your deck, and your leader. And under that, you have all your Dawn and your Dawn deck, right? It has to be in the One Piece standard playmat form, right? You can't have things all over the place and things like that. I think we have to present a standard, right? And present a standard how the camera has to be viewed on the on the field, right? So you can't just have just the cards. It has to be the cards and maybe from your chest down, something like this, your torso, right? So you have to have a clear one. You have to have a nice lit place. Then you have to have a clear view with a specific angle, right? The angle can vary, but it has to be a general angle. But the cards have to be in a, we'll say, non-glare sleeve and in the appropriate places where the official way of it being done, right? So that's the next step in online events is where you have to have a standard light, standard format. And the thing is, and when you have that, you have like your little your grace period. Your little okay. This is where it's supposed to be, but if it's a little too dark, but it's not bad, it's good. It's a little too bright, but it's not bad. It's still legible. It's good, but it has to be legible. You have to be able to make the card out, all that good stuff. Hands have to be present, and cards can't be moving all over the place, right? Count your counters out, vocal and everything you're doing everything you're doing on the play mat, whatever, right? There has to be standards to playing online now, because I'm not sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. Does Japan, do they do online events? Are we the only ones as far as the states and Europe and whatever? Are we the only ones that do online events? So that's I would like to see how the East does things. All right, but furthermore, that's all. That's what will solve everything. Is have a lights changing. Have a clear cut rules on how the online system is supposed to work. That's it. That's all. Don't cut it out. Just have a standard and have everyone abide by it. Whoever doesn't gets either the round lost, 5 minutes to fix it up, or they're that's it. The round lost, right? We won't kick them out, but they'll get the L for that round. And that's what I think should happen. Because the things I think what's also the people that say get rid of online events, what counterbalances that is having the in-store tournaments now, right? I think applications were either this month or last month or whatever, but there's going to be in-store tournaments that's like regional-esque. So that means I'm assuming every state that has a One Piece community will have a chance to do something that you'll get promo cards, and I'm assuming there's going to be at least 32 players upwards to 124, whatever that local scene can handle. But I'm thinking that there's going to be many versions of regionals going on with these store tournaments and those different kind of promo cards. So that does somewhat solve that predicament. But as far as the online events go, got to have a standard. Got to have a standard. Got to adhere to that standard, and we should be good. And again, and people that are caught cheating have to be banned, right? So every application comes with their, how do you ban players? Because you could ban accounts, but I'm not sure you could ban the player because they could always make another account. But you get their name, this, that, and the third, just ban it. Ban it. That's it. No suspensions, no this. If it's a problem and people are still doing it after you've made it vocal that there are consequences, ban them. All right. That's about it. That's what I think about what's going on in the, as far as the cheating and things like that. We can't have more regionals because I don't think there's more operators that do it. So I'm not sure how you even get to be an operator to do it. So that's kind of out of the question. So you can't just ban or stop doing online regionals. It's here to stay. It's a format that we got to get used to. We just got to get better at it. And instances like this will make it get better as long as the TO say, look, this is a problem. This is how we're going to solve it. We're taking perfect form for ever suggestions. We're going to make a standard across the board. And that's it. Also, back to the regionals I went to, one thing that was cool is that Play TCG, which I've had criticism for, the deck submissions were through the Bandai app. So again, more integration of the Bandai app, which I would like. And then they ask for your best coast pairing and all that stuff. So to me, it's like the more you put in the Bandai app, the better experience everyone is because we're all on one app. But I guess Play TCG and Best Coast pairings are just ace boom coon, so they just got to use each other's platform. But it was easy to submit the deck list on time because it was right on the app, didn't it? So back when set 1, set 2 came out, we had to take a picture and submit the picture. And other ones, they use some of the websites to do a deck build and all that stuff, which is cool. But it's, to me, applying for a regional, then having you see it on the Bandai app saying you're participating or you're qualified or whatever, then putting a deck lit, like, to me, that's all dope. All dope. Again, more integration, simpler it gets. But yeah, light work. I haven't made a video in a while because, I'm a adult with kids. So sometimes I have stuff to do and I just forget to do this. So I do have to make a video of EBO1 that's coming out in a few weeks. I did not get starter deck 13, I believe we're on. 13. Yeah, I think it's 13, the Three Brothers. I did not get it because I pre-ordered it with EBO1. So when I get EBO1 and before I do those unboxings, I'll show you the alternate art cards, which I'm not chasing any of them, so it doesn't matter to me. I'll show you that before I do the unboxing of EBO1, but I do have 2 come in, but I didn't want to order it for it to come, pay that shipping cost, then order something else and pay that. I was like, nah, they're releasing close together, just get all in one bunch, so all good. Right, so I do have to make a video of all the chase cards I have for EBO1. Then right around the corner is going to be the next set, OPO 7, sorry. And that's about it. But I do have some videos I want to make on the manga side, the anime side also, so stay tuned for that. I should be making videos. Right now I'm able to. It's bright outside. My son and my wife went to the zoo, so I said, you know what, might as well get this video out and done and see what happens, all right? So again, recap, we're not doing away with online regionals. We just got to make it better. Again, it takes events like these to make things better. So all the TOs have to make it better. They have to be not afraid to make a standard for the online events. You have to make a standard. You have to say, hey, look, this is how your board's supposed to look. Standard board state. No different. Don't use graded cards for your leader. Just keep everything standard. You can have them into one snap, whatever, but keep everything clear. All the things roomed out. Space it out to where everything is clear. The person looking at it can see everything. Cards visible, hands visible. Count your counters out verbally do the math. Once you set that all up, and if you're not able to do it, then call the judge, whatever. And everyone needs to. It's comes to the point where everyone needs to record their matches, right? I'm on a Mac computer. It's very easy for me to do a screen recording and stop it, to cut it, to send it off saying if someone's cheating or whatever the case may be. So everyone needs to figure out a way how to record their screens, make sure your opponent verbalizes what they're doing, make sure you verbalize what you're doing, make sure if you're unsure you're verbalizing it, so again if they're looking at the recording they could kind of, it's easy for them to track what's going on, right? Make sure things are clear. And if the opponent's light is not the best, tell them, hey, can you at least make the cards clearer, blah 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 blah, then get the TO if needed. Like, as a player, do as much as you can to make sure nothing shady happens, right? Because again, I've been in matches where it was dark, the camera's low, it's crazy, right? It looked like I'm looking like, if I were to be looking at the cards, it's like this, like right in front of me. So just make sure everything on your end is as good as it can be. Play your match. You gotta have your heightened sense of awareness. It is what it is on online events. And that's it. So for me, on One Piece card game, I didn't get into any of the online events. Don't really care. I am doing another one in Texas, which is about an hour and some change away from me. So I'm doing that one. That's, I believe, a week before set 7, which sucks. Because if it was after, then I'll have cards to trade. But I'll have like maybe EBO 1 stuff to trade, which probably won't be worth trading at that time. So we'll see. And hopefully I keep you guys informed, the news. If new product comes out, I always put that in my community tab. I'm trying to get more videos out and be in the mood to do them. But this video's run long enough. Perfect Form Forever, Oliver Williams. If you have any questions, comment them down below. If you have any things you want me to make a video of, comment down below. Hey, I always appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.